Hey everyone, James Rath here. This week, I happen to have something in the mail, and I think I know what it is, but not 100% sure, so if this isn't what I think it is, then this was all for nothing. So, alright, we're in luck. It is what I think it is. An Apple Watch Series 3. Let's see exactly what model this is.
A watch, Series 3, 42mm case, space gray aluminum, sport band, black.
Alright, we're keeping it simplistic. I really didn't know exactly what watch was coming in. Let's see what we got here. Probably just some instructions. Yep. So underneath we'll find a magnetic charger for the Apple Watch and 5-watt Apple USB. 5 watts. It's 2017. Okay. Who knows? Maybe 5 watts isn't so bad for the Apple Watch, but this is the same USB power adapter that comes with the iPhone to this day. This is the very first Apple Watch that supports LTE. What that means is, before you always had to be about 30 feet away from your iPhone, and that was so it could connect via Bluetooth and receive your calls and your text messages. That's no longer the case. Now you can actually go independently from your phone and still receive phone calls, iMessages, SMS, and MMS, that's what it is. This is the Sport model. Now, Apple doesn't necessarily brand them as Sport, stainless steel Apple Watch, and then the Edition. This watch in particular is the aluminum. I know I'm American, but watching the Apple keynotes and stuff, and just Johnny Ive always saying aluminum, that's what I say now. So, it has the aluminum casing around it and an Ion X glass. The display itself is 2 times brighter than previous models, and it's an OLED. So basically being brighter, it's got about 1,000 nits, I believe. That's a lot of nits. So I can't actually see what's currently happening on the Apple Watch screen, but fear not, Apple has foolproof this to be accessible. If I just hit the digital crown here on the side 3 times, 1, 2, 3. So we just turned on VoiceOver, and that will basically narrate exactly what I'm doing on the Apple Watch. All right, so we bring our iPhone close to it, and just like the AirPods, we have a prompt for it.
Use your iPhone to set up this Apple Watch. Continue. Button.
So continue. So what we're gonna do is pair the Apple Watch by using the
Your
QR
Apple Watch is
code.
paired.
There we go. So the Apple Watch itself is water resistant for up to about 50 meters. That's 150 feet. Originally, I saw the Apple Watch being branded as a luxury fashion product, and that might be true, but Apple has definitely shifted the focus in the marketing towards fitness and health. Something new with this watch is they've updated the internal flash storage from 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes. Things like photos and music playlists will be able to transfer over to your watch independently without your phone. That way you can have backgrounds, you can show slideshows on your watch if you want, or listen to music with wireless earbuds without a phone having to be within range of Bluetooth. Apple's currently rocking Bluetooth 4.2, not 5.0, but might not be necessary for this product right now. So the new Apple Watch also has a brand new faster dual-core processor. Now this actually enables Siri to be able to speak for the first time on the Apple Watch. Siri's always been a prominent part of the watchOS ecosystem. However, now with Siri being able to speak thanks to the faster processor, it's probably going to be a lot more hands-free and useful. Before, you had to kind of look down at the watch and try to read the small text that Siri was displaying because she'd be sort of text-based. There was a way to get around that with the previous watches, and that's if you enabled VoiceOver, which is what I'm using right now, but it wasn't the most ideal setup for someone who is sighted. But for a person who's legally blind, it makes sense. So after about 15 minutes, the Apple Watch has finished syncing with the iPhone, and any available apps that have a watch version have come over. So keep in mind, it's dependent on the developer. Not every app will be available for the watch. So I'm personally coming from the Apple Watch first generation, before they even called it a Series 1, Series 0 maybe. It's just lighter, and I think this is gonna be a lot easier to work out with and swim with. I don't know how I feel exactly about the red dot on the digital crown. Like, it doesn't look bad, and it actually looks really nice with the current watch face that's set. So there's all sorts of different faces you can choose from. There's activity ones, there's this new kaleidoscope feature, which is actually pretty rad. First time checking that out. Siri has one where she can kind of give you information throughout the day, and just some pretty standard modular ones. I'm curious to know how Siri sounds with that new processor. Let's actually go right from that watch face and see if we can activate Siri. Hey Siri. How are you doing today?
I'm happy to be alive.
Based on my first impressions, the Apple Watch Series 3 is the most accessible smartwatch that I personally have used. Let me know in the comments down below, would you consider getting an accessible smartwatch? Or are smartwatches not really for you? I want to hear from you. I'm just glad that all my previous bands that I've invested in will still work with this one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out the video that's generated just for you on screen. And if you want to support me in what I do, check out my Patreon down below. Thank you guys, and I will hear you next time. Bye.